What is up, earthnoids and spacenoids? I am just a simple new type, and in this episode, we're heading to Universal Century 123 as we are finally introduced to Crossbone Vanguard. In this story, we will learn of the Rona family who slowly built up an army with the intention of occupying the new frontier colonies under the new name Cosmo Babylonia. Here, we meet our hero, Seabook Arno, who pilots F91, which happens to be designed by his mother. Let's not waste any time, and let's get into this. UC-123, Side 4, Frontier 4. Crossbone Vanguard makes their way inside the colony. A festival is happening inside. Cecilia is being auctioned off in a contest even though she is reluctant to do this. Our hero, Seabook Arno, checks out her legs.
Hey, nice legs.
Dwight is hosting the event. Outside, Leslie Arno is working on the colony when he notices the invasion by the space pirates. A Danon Gay and Dangy Iris passes by him. The XM-02 Danon Gay is a guerrilla mobile suit used by Crossbone Vanguard. These mobile suits also work really well for hit-and-run missions. Weapons include Vulcans, a 3-slot rocket-propelled grenade rack on the left shoulder, a beam gun on the left forearm, a beam shield, a beam saber, and a beam rifle. It also has a beam flag emitter to help designate certain units. The XM-06 Doggy Iris is a recon mobile suit typically used by commanders. These work in tandem with the Ibiru S. It has the newly developed Doppler radar that is installed throughout the frame. It can search an area that would typically require 5 mobile suits to accomplish. Some are installed with the dual sensor, and other Vanguard members have a head-mounted antenna. This also has higher thrust than the Burga Dallas. Although this is a recon mobile suit, this fares well in battles and makes for a great sniping unit. Weapons include a triple scattered beam cannon, a beam saber, a beam rifle that fires concentrated megaparticles, and a shield. Beam shields are a new technology. Unlike the eye field, which only blocks beam blasts, the beam shield can block beam and shell weapons. It creates a beam plane similar to a beam saber. After the scout units head in, along comes the Burga Dallas. The XM-04 Burga Dallas is a high-performance mobile suit used by Crossbone Vanguard commanders. It has higher maneuverability, speed, and output of its grunt counterpart, the Danon Zahn, and uses the same lancer and shield. This unit will be used to develop the Burga Gyros. Weapons include a beam shield, a beam saber, and the Shot Lancer, which is a giant lance that uses electromagnetic acceleration. The lance also has a machine gun built into it. Other equipment includes shelf nozzles, which are extra propellant tanks with built-in verniers. Cecily wins the contest when she senses something. That is when Crossbone Vanguard makes their attack. Seabook pushes a kid out of the way. I think he was pushing him to save him, but it totally just looks like he was pushing a kid. Many a Gundam starts off with chaos from the perspective of those on the ground floor, but this movie takes the brutality to the next level. Throughout this attack, we see civilian casualties go out with ease. The Federation comes in to stop the terrorists. A heavy gun fires as civilians are stuck right in the middle. The RGM-109 heavy gun is the first mass-produced miniaturized mobile suit developed by Anaheim Electronics. This first came on the scene in UC-109. It has the same reactor as the Jagan, just smaller. However, this unit did not live up to SNRI standards, and they eventually developed the F90 series along with the F71G cannon. It is equipped with Vulcans, a quadruple grenade rack mounted on the waist, a beam saber which can turn into a beam saw when spun at great speeds, and a beam rifle that uses rechargeable energy caps. It also has a shield and a searchlight. Seabook saves Cecily. They break apart to go find their families. Seabook goes to get his sister, Reese Arno, while Cecily looks for her dad. We saw her dad earlier acting sketchy while delivering bread. Hey Bob, all hell is breaking loose and we might die. What should we do? I got a great idea. Let's steal some bread. If I am dying today, I'm eating bread, damn it. All main characters come together and escape. There is Dorothy Moore, George Azuma, Sam, and Arthur. EFF says screw this colony and bursts in without any care of the destruction. A Jagan normal type attacks. The RGM-89J Jagan normal type has become the standard Jagan since UC-110. This unit has increased generator output. During the UC-120s, mobile suits moved to a joystick-based control system. However, this is the last mobile suit to use the old Armraker interface. Weapons include a Vulcan pod system, a beam saber, hand grenades, a beam rifle, and a shield. It could also use the B-Type's beam rifle. There are 2 variants of this unit. One is the A-Type, which is a high-mobility version of the normal type designed for colony use. This unit replaces the grenade rack with extra beam sabers. These units won't be able to hold up to even the Crossbone Vanguard grunts. The other is the B-Type, which is a close to medium range unit with heavy firepower. Added is a pair of 5-tube missile launchers. Let's briefly talk about past controls. There are the Raker arms, which are the two thruster-looking devices on each side. Along with this, mobile suits move forward using the foot pedals. It was designed like this because mobile suits were based off of mobile workers, and they just used the same control system. It is kind of amazing that Psychomo systems were integrated before a joystick, which is just now getting popular. The kids run toward a museum when the museum curator Roy Young pilots an old gun tank. The F-50D gun tank R-44 is a transformable mobile suit. Like many mobile suits with tank forms, it must be in tank form to gain stability on its heavy weapons, but it is certainly more mobile in mobile suit form. The head retracts into the body in mobile suit form and reuses Jagan head sensors instead of the 4-tube missile launchers as hands. This one has manipulator arms with a 4-tube missile launcher installed on the arm for more versatility. For some reason, the 200mm cannon uses shell weapons instead of beam weapons, as EFF is focusing on miniaturization. They learn that the military brass are running away from the colony. Sam, George, and Arthur help Roy fight in the gun tank against Seabook's concerns. They head out to protect the colony, but are instantly taken out by a Danan Gay. Roy and Arthur are killed in the process, while Sam and George got real lucky. In the process, Roy also destroyed the entrance to the emergency exits, which is where the normal suits are located. Better hold your breath if things go bad. Seabook is torn up over the death of Arthur. He freaks out and shakes Arthur's dead body. Seabook and the gang decide to get into the damaged gun tank and get to the pier and make an escape. They run into the Federation in the process. I like this scene where Seabook goes for the brakes and he totally misses. They want to use the children to fight and even use them as shields. Seabook and the gang decides to bail. He transforms into mobile suit mode. While escaping, they run into his dad, Leslie. Did he just flamethrower that dude? Also, there are a few moments where people are just acting casual during the chaos. Here's a guy casually riding a bike while war breaks out around him. Cecily has a ringing in her ears. She is experiencing a subtle new type flash. They head underground to the escape pier. Jake and pilots are thinking of escaping to Frontier 3 since the top brass abandoned them. They are attacked by Dorel Rona in the Burga Dallas. He tells his men not to shoot at civilians as they are their future. They are searching for someone. The kids find a space boat and prep for escape. Seabook finds Cecily, who stumbled onto her father, who holds her at gunpoint. Seabook tries to stop him, but he is shot by Cecily's father and injured. Dorel comes to their location to take Cecily. It seems her father is actually her adopted father, and Dorel is her real sibling. She is a part of the Rona family, and her real name is Barra Rona. Seabook returns to the escape boat, and they make their escape. Leslie opens the hatch for them, but he finds a kid in need and leaves them to escape the colony without him. A hole bursts through the colony, and dead bodies and debris begin hitting their pod. Is that a dog? Oh hey, there's a cow too. Frozen beef. They make their way to Frontier 1. Frontier 4 is now occupied by Crossbone Vanguard. More troops invade the colony, including the Rona family. Cecily meets her father, Carozzo, aka Iron Mask. Her mother eloped with her stepfather, leaving Carozzo with shame, so he chose to wear the mask until he could bring forth Cosmo Babylonia. Cecily calls him a coward. She wants to know more, but he reintroduces her to her grandfather, Meitzer Rona. She vaguely remembers her younger years with the Rona family. Meitzer is working on creating new leadership. He wants Cecily to act as their queen in the meantime, but she has no intention of doing so. She finds Seabook's gun tank and wonders what she should do. It doesn't seem like it, but there is a small passage of time. It is still UC-123, but there is now civilian resistance groups popping up, and Crossbone Vanguard are still struggling to conquer the other colonies. They begin to push towards Frontier 1. An attack breaks out. The kids in the space boat are gathering supplies and are caught up in the attack. Also caught up in the attack is a Space Ark class ship. The Space Ark class ship is a light cruiser and a variant of the Klopp class ship, which was already a light version of the Rakai Loom class ship. It was refitted from the Klopp class to be optimized for training purposes. This ship has twin megaparticle guns instead of the single barrel megaparticle guns, albeit they have far less. When in battle mode, the bridge can extend out from the ship. Additional weapons include 6 anti-aircraft guns and 6 missile launchers. The acting captain of the ship is Lealie Edeberry. She is the highest ranking officer at Lieutenant Junior grade. Even though she is acting captain, command is given to Cosmo Agassi. He is a former EFF colonel and acting leader of the civilian resistance movement. He wants to use the ship as a base of operation for the resistance. Cosmo falls out of the ship and runs into the kids and the space boat. They're helping out as most of the Space Ark crew is gone. There is a broadcast from Earth where the Federation plans on handling this by letting the colonies and Crossbone Vanguard play this out on their own. On board the Space Ark class ship is a new mobile suit called F91. This was built by Seabook Arno's mother. There was a video manual of the F91 which shows Seabook's mother. She left Seabook and his family to pursue bio-research. It appears her research was the Gundam. He tells the mechanic Gruz to keep this a secret. Meanwhile, EFF begins an attack on Frontier 4. They are okay with sacrificing the citizens on the colony to end the war. And that will do it for this episode, and our first dive into F91. As more and more people return to Earth post-Mafty, it appears the Federation's care towards the colonies grow less and less. The problem with prequels like Unicorn is that the D-Type Jagans look cooler than anything from this movie, which takes place 30 years later. Next time, Cecily learns of the Rona family's true intentions, and Seabook will get into F91 after learning of a pattern created by his mother. But that will do it for now, new types. Remember, when running away, be careful of those shell weapons. They are heavy and they will crush your head. Peace.